downstairs. I can hear more arms and all that.
So
and came across two drow, clericy-looking person and a warrior in dwarven plate, bastard, stealing our work, and randomly a bear and a woman, who in character we didn't get to know why the hell she was there. But she was an arsehole and shot many arrows at us.
Yeah.
Was an arsehole. And I stabbed that bear through the head.
You did stab a bear.
Bear who nearly took my lower leg off.
Oh yeah, first attack of the fucking session.
First,
Critical.
Yeah.
attack.
and I just healed him like, okay.
Help.
Okay, it's that kind of fight, is it?
Okay, we go in there.
That's why I stayed on the stairs.
The cleric gave up, but was very unpleasant when we tried to question her. And then we found, we assume, was Nezar, Mr. Black Spider, around the back of Doomthoin Temple, where he seemed to react, or Nezar turned into a dusty old skeleton on the floor.
Mm-hmm. After he saw your rod.
After he saw me rod. And then my rod connected with the egg. And I don't think that the egg wall hasn't completely dissipated, has it? Or has just had openings in it?
Oh no, he caused it to crack.
Yeah.
He caused the cracks, and when you did whatever you did to it, caused it to disintegrate, revealing the shrine.
It is all gone. Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, Nezar collapsed and pretty much disintegrated into an ancient skeleton. Then
we did the whole hands-in team, and
go planet.
Quack.
Go Power Rangers.
And Ragnar received some form of life back in the world of the living.
Eddie shows up.
And that's kind of where we left it, wasn't it?
Well, you received a message from Gundren's fallen brother Nundro.
Oh yes, in his ghostly form.
And he basically said it's all cool, but go and recover Phandelver proper. And then you left and you dropped the body of the drow priestess that Farron gave mercy to, and
don't remind Corvus.
Dropped her outside, waiting for Cinder. Then that's where you are, pretty much.
So, and we ain't rested yet, have we? So we're still.
You are not rested.
Crippled.
As the last thing I said last week was the section of the mountainside that was once weirdly sheer, weirdly perfect, smooth, uniform surface is now an immensely tall, 40-foot tall, 30-foot wide, like entrance hall with a vast set of gates which have been partially torn off here and there, which have been one of which has been torn off and the other one is just very, very damaged.
You've got the little door, the little door at the bottom that's been opened up as well.
Yep, the Sally Port door is open.
Okay.
But considering the other door has been ripped off, the Sally Port isn't as important.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll still probably try it anyway.
And why wouldn't you, to be fair? And so that's where you are. Beaten, bruised and bloody.
Are we planning to head in, or should we maybe take a short rest?
They would very much appreciate a little sit down, if that's all right with everyone.
Yes, I don't know how urgent this is now. It's been protected for hundreds of years.
As Gundren pipes up. As far as I know, and it seems that the prophecy was intact, it appears that this is it. We're more or less ready. Obviously, the message from my brother suggested that your work is not done.
Oh no, there is still a troll down there somewhere. At least one.
Inside the cave, certainly. But I wonder about whether haste might be sensible in this case. Obviously, the dragon will be back eventually.
That's a good point.
This kind of divine magic cannot have gone unnoticed. There is no way. I have an idea of what that spell was, that item the Dark Elf was using. I think I know what the spell was. And if that was true, then that has probably been picked up as well.
What was
Was
the
this?
spell?
I think it was a heightened version of disjunction.
This what?
Disjunction. It's a spell used to destroy magic in a fundamental way, but it was clearly changed some way to affect this. Disjunction, it is said, can even be used to destroy artifacts when used at the highest levels.
Yeah, it sounds like the sort of thing people might notice.
Yes.
So
Does anyone have any heat left? Potions or?
I'm completely out.
I think
Yeah,
I'm.
use mine.
Do you have any, Corenza?
I have one.
Probably best save it.
Two.
I'll take an apple if anyone's got one. Otherwise, if we've got half hour.
Who has the apples?
We'll have 2 apples. Maybe eat one on the way. I'll manage until we can find a bed. But
Yeah, if I can take an apple, then let's get on with it.
You sure you don't want this healing potion?
we might
Yeah.
need that if he gets spanked around again.
Okay. Okay, I didn't realise you used yours. I thought we still had yours as well.
I used one on myself and one to bring Silva back to us.
Yes, I remember now, yes.
At which Silva nods and sits down next to Ragnar, who is slumped next to the cart that brought him in, looking grey and pale.
Okay.
Try not to shit yourself while we're gone.
Give it
He just
to
nods.
Corbin then.
Thank you very much.
Might I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, Gundren, it might be worth having a look inside. You never know. One of the issues with the creation of this effect seems to have been that, is that there are no maps of the inside of Phandelver. So I do not know what is down that corridor.
Well, let's go and check it out then.
Can I mention that I've got my bow ready just in case?
I've definitely got my sword out.
So they just same as the options, but they just the same.
My shield and my hand out just in case.
Sorry, sweetheart, just give me a second.
Okay. Gundren suggests in brief that he will park the cart just inside the doors. Are you going in?
Hells yeah.
Yep.
Okay, wait, Corenza.
She just.
Calm yourself.
You're not a barbarian today.
Mm.
I know who I am.
She just screams back, "Come on, you fucking lot!"
Okay, so you are, as you look down the corridor inside this very very long hallway. It seems to recede for a couple of 100 feet, at least 200-300 feet, down into the belly of the mountainside. Very faintly lit. The glows that we used to illuminate the space that was in the Wave Echo Cave don't seem to be active here. It's very very dark inside. But all of you can see, thanks to the outside light, way down this corridor, a distant golden door, standing very very slightly ajar.
I will approach very, very cautiously.
Clong, 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 clong.
Should I roll stealth, or
You're welcome to if you want.
I would like to roll stealth? I'm very nervous.
I'm just staying at the back. What the?
I'm gonna follow him, but I'm not going quietly.
And
Because neither is he.
Clang, clang, clang.
I'm gonna try and be as silent as I possibly can. All that disadvantage, gotta love it.
As you approach, coming closer to these doors, and the air pressure changes very much from being an properly open exterior space. You feel the curious negative pressure of a huge space ahead of you, a vast, vast open space beyond the doors, which, like I say, are very slightly ajar.
do you have any idea what
Covered with runes, all of which are dead.
I can tell that they're dead.
Yeah, that none of them are lit. It is dark. It is still.
Where's Culverhane in relation to me?
I'm right behind you.
Oh, there you are. Before we go any further, is there anything on this door that says that says orc?
I will give it a proper check out.
There are written in a slightly older style, a very very slightly older style of dwarvish, because dwarf sort of nothing really changes between the millennia. It takes a good couple of thousand years for trends to change significantly. But this was clearly made a good while ago. And there are all of the traditional kind of sort of, for lack of a better way to say it, speak, friend, and enter runes that one would expect of a dwarf. The entrance to a significant keep.
Okay.
There's nothing out of the ordinary here.
Seems fine to me. I don't think we're going to encounter anything just yet.
That makes me very happy.
Moving forward a bit.
I'm still going to try and be very silent. But I rolled the 8 on my first stealth check, so I don't think that's going to go well.
I mean, we're just clanging up.
I'm going to very, very carefully just push it a little bit further open and peek just to what I can see, opening it like a few inches.
You see dead ahead. There's a long, relatively shallow staircase. It rises up about 10 feet total, 10-15 feet total.
Okay, I will go through the door.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. What's going on? Where you
I
were?
just want to be like a tourist and have like a camera and go clink. Just like taking like a picture of everything.
You are
Spring
the
break,
cliche, the cliche
spring break,
Japanese
motherfucker.
tourist. You open the door, and it reveals indeed this staircase leads up, and you have a distinct sense of this huge, looming open space ahead of you.
Anyone have any idea what we're about to walk into?
Not a
Nope.
clue.
Coverhane, from experience, it stands to reason that if this is anything, this would be the Great Hall. In a normal modern dwarven holdfast, this would be the Great Hall.
Oh, what am I doing? I'll go behind Rosalie. What am I playing at?
Part of a lion. This
Is,
Get behind.
as you
is
rise
there a
up,
door here, or
you rise up the stairs, and it reveals this enormous
Fucking
open
hell.
grand hall.
Jesus?
It rises up in 5 floors above. There are arrayed benches pushed aside, but inside is a scene of terrible slaughter. There are orc corpses piled 4 and 5 high in piles. At least within 30, 40 feet of you, at least 100 dwarf dead. Humans, gnomes, a few elves. This vast open space. In the far distant, in this very, very dim, extremely dim dwarf light that they've created into the walls. At the end of the Great Dais is a double throne. And upon the double throne sits a figure, slumped over.
I'm assuming the corpses aren't fresh.
No, they are all skeletal, basically mummified with time.
You go left, I go right. Coverhane.
Yeah, I will do.
As you step to there, you
Yeah, bring
reveal a pair of staircases leading up. And if I get my clickety back, here, and here are doors leading off this chamber.
Shall we check this place out first?
Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. No, sorry. This staircase leads down. This staircase leads up.
Right.
Yeah, I think let's take one room at a time.
It is a
no,
sight
no.
of staggering death. Is he okay?
Oh, here. Yeah.
You got the same glowing light in here as in the
It
mine?
is here, but it's much fainter. It's like dwindling. It's like starlight. So basically, Farron's
I'd like to go.
finds it quite hard to see.
I'll cast light on the staff as I'm walking around.
Okay, you cast light, and it really does reveal the what was the glory of this place. It is truly beautiful. The walls all around are subtly but beautifully carved. Every surface speaks of riches and success and glory to the people, being the dwarfs, and they are very fond of the peoples. And it's a profoundly beautiful and extremely tragic place.
try and step around the bodies.
Yeah, it really is that. It is that mostly heaped corpses. Hither and thither and yon.
I'm just going to keep my bow ready, and I'm just going to keep checking the entrances just for anything that comes through, just in case.
Nothing moves. It is a dead place.
Can I take a look at take a look around and see if there's anything like a
Like a what? Sorry.
that might like a map, like that might be signposts or maps or.
There's nothing specific like that, but if you are in any way familiar with dwarfy stuff, there wouldn't be. The only people who come here are guests and those who are and those who would know.
We are so tourists looking for a map.
You are here.
As you ascend the dais toward the thrones, there is a very large, like traditionally oversized in terms of like dwarf proportion, massive throne, and a smaller but still huge throne, plainly designed for the lord and lady of the place. The male throne is occupied by the remains of a dwarf wearing a high, not a crown, but a high circlet of office, like more or less basically a crown. The plate mail that he wears is rent open at the belly, and he's slumped. What remains of him is slumped in his seat, long dead.
I'll go up and check him out.
No, thank you. Have a glass of wine, please. Sorry, say again, Neil.
I'll go and investigate the dead king and see what he has upon him.
He is wearing spectacularly wrought and obviously enchanted mithril full plate.
Oh,
Like the sort of stuff you see in dwarf museums of truly, like, it is old. Well, no, sorry, no, that's not fair. The breastplate is incredibly old. Like, thank you, sweetie. Like, to the degree that you can't quite place where it might be from originally. It is clearly it's so old as to be a relic of some kind. The rest of it is, in dwarf terms, extremely modern, as in the last couple of centuries. But
he's taken a hit.
Yeah. The bottom of the breastplate, basically the abdomen rivets have been torn apart by some effect. It is a grisly wound.
And knowing the craftsmanship of this plate armor, I'd be quite terrified about what made that damage.
It would have to be extremely powerful magic, or some kind of powerful divine influence, or indeed the disjunction. That would do as well, but the disjunction can destroy anything, though. So saying that isn't actually the most helpful thing for me to say. I'm not throwing you a red herring, I promise.
And the lesser throne is empty at the moment.
The lesser throne is vacant.
Let's stay up to them.
Should we take a look at these doors?
Start with the top one.
Certainly.
I can join you on that. I slowly eat my way.
Traditionally, in dwarf realms, and you see on the basis that most of this is fairly standard till now. Traditionally, to the left of the left of a great hall is the family and ruler's space in a hold, and the right is the right is family, and the left is business and work of the realm.
Let's take a
Is
look.
that stage right?
Sorry,
Is that stage right? Or
as you
so
look,
like right?
as you approach, family is on the right, business is on the
Okay. Okay.
so stage left.
Which would be the best one to go through then? Go.
The one that Corvus and Coverhain stood at would be the family
Okay.
doors,
Oh, yeah.
and they are heavily barred. They are heavy doors that have bars across them. This side.
Should we open it, or what do you think? I'm working off view here, man. This is not my. This is out of my purview.
But this is normally Silva's.
It's worth a quick look anyway. If we just put our head round the door and see what we find.
Okay, I'm gonna try and lift the bar.
Yeah, you lift the bar. A bit of screeching. A bit of screeching, but no more than you would expect for something left in place for so long. And it lifts up, and you're able to pop it down to one side. No problem at all.
Okay, I'm just gonna nudge it open then.
Doesn't move.
Yeah, push it open.
It doesn't move.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull.
Does not move. It
Imagine if it did.
You know, you've been in that situation where you've been stuck in a room and you're like, I can't get out, and then you pull, and it's like, oh, it's that kind of door, not the other one.
It appears to be sealed from the other side as well.
Is there a gap between the doors?
Like atomically, yes, but it's a dwarf door, and so staggeringly well made, so not to be functionally irrelevant.
Oh, I was gonna try and
Yeah,
stick my
and you was
sword
gonna
through.
lift it up and yeah.
Well, how about we put those bars back on it to stop anything coming through from the other side?
That sounds like a good idea.
The drops back on, no problem.
You want to try the other one?
Can do.
You go to the other one.
Is that-
It's the same.
We go past to be like sofa intruding.
Like, well, I guess it's the stairs then.
Question is right, up or down.
From the outside of the entrance, does it look like there could be much above?
Oh, so well. To be fair, if you stand in the center, you can see concentric rings overhead that are floors going up, and you can see at least 5 floors up.
Okay, so it has got like mezzanines kind of around the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
it's quite cool.
You would go as far as to say breathtaking.
All right, which staircase are we heading for then?
We're going back outside.
Well, the business of this
Can I
place is
have a-
going to be down, I
I
think.
have a look through the orcs quickly.
Say
Can I
again?
just have a quick look through the orcs? Can I take a quick look through the orc corpses? Just
Yeah, okay.
to try and.
They are orcs, all to a man, huge. Unusually for the current day, they are almost all orcs. They are in the order of 90%. They are full pure-blooded orcs, which would be considered uncommon for the modern day. Modern current orc tribes contain usually at least 20 to 30% half breeds of some dint or another. They are staggeringly well equipped. All manner of arms and armor, most of them quite well armored, but their war gear is well made. What remains of it, it's mostly hides and things like that, as you would expect. A significant number are well enchanted weapons, bearing runes in Orcish that you just don't see anymore.
I'd like to take a look at some of those weapons.
What sort of weapon do you want to look at? There's swords, there's spears, there's hammers, there are...
Swords. Swords.
There are long swords, short swords, curved blades, sort of flamberge, great swords.
Anything like I've seen in my dreams.
You can make an investigation check for me if you're looking for something like that.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Where's my investigation? Where are you, fucker? 16.
You mooch around for a while, and then you turn a body over, and it reveals a head. Oh well, a skull with scraps of sort of decayed, tattered flesh attached to it that has been completely just smashed into this head. In death, however, it has not released what it was holding in its hand, and you see a bastard sword. So a hand and a half sword. It's a slightly oversized long sword, undersized great sword, gripped in this orc's. It has a 4-fingered hand. It's like got the nub of its little finger lost long before, and it holds on to. You are fairly certain an identical sword to the one you saw in your dreams.
I'm gonna pick it up. And I just want to take a look at it, see if I feel anything, if anything comes to me.
As you pick it up, there is you feel almost like a hum run through the blade that you're pretty sure isn't actually a thing, but you're feeling it because only you could sense it because you're holding it. It is old, but beyond that, it'd be hard to put your finger on what it is. Beyond an extremely old sword, and certainly, definitely orc made, but made by.
I'm gonna stow it.
Made by sort of a technique that you wouldn't recognize now as an orc thing. Sorry, did I say before that both of these one of these staircases goes up and one goes down?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. They are both clearly indicating that they go up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
An idiot.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the horse for this and just like looking up, just. Oh.
Goes up and up and up and up. Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
I probably won't be able to see it that far.
No. To be fair, it's really quite dark up there.
Yeah, I can't see it much down here anyway. So.
I'm just gonna stow the sword for the moment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pretend.
Trying to get my head focused back on task.
So we either go down and work our way up, or we go up and work our way down.
Both those staircases go up.
One of them does go down.
No. I was mistaken before. I don't know how I saw that wrong, but it's they do both go. They both go up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I somehow literally just misread what is clearly visible, and that both of them clearly show that the stairs go up. And I don't know how I did that.
Well,
It's been a long day.
Well, if they both go up, we could check out the mezzanines in this room before we move on.
What did you say?
We could have a look at the mezzanines above this room. I don't know which one of these staircases would get us there, but
It's about the stair. It seems to be these floors each are about 30 feet vertical, up to the next level up. The stairs seem to switch back upon themselves, both of them. To which I might as well do this.
well, I'm going to try this one then.
Don't leave me.
Can you see where you are?
Could you all, Farron? Yeah, thank you. I'm going to copy you and transfer you onto the next floor because I don't want to have to. Oh, piss! Why did I do that?
I was following Cover Haynes' line, so I was probably tripping over stuff.
Out of the light, like a moth.
What you doing with it? What you doing with it? What you doing with it?
Just holding up my robes, just like trotting along. Wait for me.
Trying not to step on squishy body parts on the way.
I think I did a little bit.
Dusty body parts.
Dusty. Desiccate.
I'm just running through it. It went in my mouth.
These stairs switch back upon themselves twice as they rise. Very, very, very steep.
Jeez.
And you do this.
No wonder why dwarves are so strong. They have to walk up these bastards.
Fuck. Oh, God damn it, twat.
I slapped my thighs.
He just like poses his calves.
Pull the trousers up.
Oh.
And put diamond with those.
Why do you work? Sorry about this, guys. Roll 20 really fucking hates me.
I don't know even know how to use Roll 20, so.
I think it hates everyone, really. It's
It's a great principle, and it was clearly designed by people who liked it. But beyond that, I will not say anything positive or negative about it. I'm just trying to copy.
I didn't want to try one of those three.
Select. Where are you? These
Oh no, they've
fucking massive.
they've took Cover Haynes. Oh no.
Where? Where's he gone? Who's
the undercover.
He was under Carenza. Easy.
I thought they had you.
Just hiding under your petticoats. Ready to pop out.
Ooh,
He's like the kobolds in the trench coat.
dwarf from below. Ah, yes.
You know how to mask.
Select mode. Objects and tokens. Twat of a thing. Oh, that's what I did wrong there. Right, okay. Yeah, this is the layer I couldn't quite get to conform. So I will move the layers to here. Next floor up. Yeah, you rise up these floors. You like I say, you rise at least 30 vertical feet across across a double switchback of stairs. And ahead of you, the stairs rise, and it opens out into another. Clearly, from the sound, another very, very, very big space.
I will move up to the top of the stairs.
Okay. You emerge onto as a vast balcony looking up and down.
Is it still the same light?
Exactly the same light. Yeah. You can see.
Yeah, it's just a bit difficult.
Yeah, the big difference here is that there are 8 doors, 4 to the north, 4 to the south. And in the distance, which is a bit too far in this level of gloom for anyone to really make anything out, this space. There were bodies on the stairs as you were coming up, but as you reached the top of these stairs, there appeared to be none. There appears that no fighting reached here.
Seems like someone had some fun on the way in.
Okay then.
I don't really want to meet them.
I'm going to
What are
have a
we
look.
doing? Trying.
I'll come join you. I'll follow the light.
Sigh as Farron comes close to me.
Will you go close to Baron?
Oh, I definitely won't. Yeah, we'll try the first door, I guess.
Yeah, the door opens. It's a very small door, solid 5 feet wide, only 10 feet tall. And it opens, revealing, as everything in Phandalin and Phandelver tends to be, either a hexagon or an octagon. It reveals a large, what appears to be, a guest chamber. Substantial, with dressing screens and water basins. It's a beautifully appointed room, basically. There's a door here. Gavain, to you, it's appointed like it's an extremely well appointed guest bedroom, basically.
So tempting to go to sleep, but no.
Not on the rotten bed.
No.
Take anything right now.
Go and have another look.
Should we be following?
Okay, you open the door,
I'm gonna follow.
and it
He's opening
reveals
random
a water closet, complete with a bathtub, a copper bathtub, which is heavily tarnished with age, and what appears to be running water, plumbed running water,
Is there a
Still water?
toilet?
hot and cold plumbed water, which is an opulence absolutely staggering. You've seen
Don't mind, mate.
you've seen noble guest quarters in Mirabar, not so well appointed.
Don't let Carenza know she won't get out of
You-
the bathroom.
Do like the fancy stuff, don't you? You all pretend to be all tough dwarves, oh, we live underground, but no, you like the comforts in life.
Well, remember to run the water for a while. You don't want any of those water viruses, do you?
I wonder how soon the germ theory of disease would be discovered in the Forgotten Realms.
Doesn't matter. I can't catch it.
What would they have called legionnaires back then?
Gribbly. Orc fault. It's the orc's fault either way.
Try the next door, I guess. I thought you might want to go for a bath.
You reveal the startling mirror image, done with a certain beautiful precision of symmetry that one would expect of the dwarfs.
I will open this one as well. I'm just going around kicking the doors open, basically. Just knocking them open.
A little bit more stealthily, but it's
Single man, reveal yourself.
Very nice.
Really beautiful. It would have been just beautifully appointed back in the day. Before sort of 5 centuries of cold and wet. 4 centuries, sorry, of cold and wet.
I mean, do we have to tell the dwarves that we opened this up? Can't we just take this? Is this, you know,
And the flag
no,
is ours now.
not bored with that? Or the track?
Right, is that you, Cobain, moving down there?
Yes, let's have a look around the corner.
You reveal a huge, again, octagonal chamber with an octagonal inner, like a kind of like a sheathed cylinder kind of thing, with a staircase leading up and a staircase two staircases crossing over each other like this, as we would expect escalators now. One leads up, one leads down, and the rest of this chamber is a vast open space. Again, overscaled as all the dwarf things are.
Well, now I wonder if this goes down to those royal chambers below.
That would stand to reason.
I was just thinking the same thing. I feel smart.
Zappy.
Stop it. Don't be a prick.
Anybody care to check it out?
I'll come with.
I'll follow slightly behind.
How far behind you want to be?
Going
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the middle.
down,
Going
down,
Going down?
Yep.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
gonna like prep a fireball.
I'll let Corvain go first. It's
Transferring
his
you.
gig.
Nope.
Moving you. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. When you get it configured, roll 20 is fucking cool. But it just happens to be that actually getting it to configure is a prick of an effort. You emerge in the dark. Not quite. You emerge in an identical chamber below, but this time a very similar chamber, I would say.
Okay then.
And the stairs go up and down again.
Really like the patterns, don't they?
Who wants to take a look at the king's bedroom?
Was very much of its period, the design of the place.
Down thing.
We're slightly less
Vintage.
about the symmetry these days, but got to appreciate the classics.
And it descends another level, another 2 levels down.
This is fucking massive.
Wanted to do it justice. Right.
It's gonna take us about 3 sessions to finish this.
Yeah, most probably.
This is
got
you find
really
yourself in a royal guard chamber. This is a kind of a part guard room, part sort of embarking chamber. It's where the lordly family would both receive guests that are more familiar that they didn't receive in the Great Hall. So beautifully done, panelled with wood and fine stone, untouched by time. In this room, though, there are a dozen dwarfs standing there, petrified, as if turned to stone.
Oh,
There, on their knees, obviously, plainly in prayer. Coverhain, for the sake, Coverhain and Corvus, you see there are 2 males and 4 females, and they all wear various holy symbols. They are all also armed.
now correct me if I'm wrong, Corvus, but this isn't what orc magic usually does.
Would I have seen anything like this before?
No.
No, I've certainly never seen anything like this. I mean, I left the orcs when I was quite young, but still, nothing like this.
Basically, everything that the orcs do tends to be darkening the skies and doing buffs.
I'm going to slowly make my way in.
Is it 1 or 2 of these statues that are blocking the door that we tried to come through?
Oh no, it's just barred from this side.
Okay, I'll undo that. Open
Bar
it
off.
up on this side.
You can't because Corvus rebarred it that side.
Yeah, I'll take this side off.
Yeah.
Just so we can do it from the other side later on.
Mm-hmm.
What's down here?
A door.
I will open the door.
You open the door, and it's a little, but quite a small for dwarves, and it's square, a square chamber, which is seems to be quite unusual. And it's just like a T-junction, basically. It's it amounts to kind of like a porch almost. There's several very lordly. There's like a boot rack. There's a cloak rack and things like that. There's it's purely a let's go and face the public kind of thing room. And there's the door to the left as you look at the screen and down.
I'll knock them both open.
Which one first?
I'm just
This is crazy.
let's push this one open first.
Okay. I will just do a big old revealio because it's easier for me.
Fairly confident that there's nothing in here.
You bop open this door, and it reveals a very, very large chamber consisting of four connected octagons. In the middle of the room, you can see there are two staircases. One leads up, one leads down.
No one had any plans for this week, did they?
This appears
So,
to
like,
be
little
a large kind of large open plan living quarters. Very, very beautiful.
Wayne, let it never be said that dwarves don't have taste.
Oh, I've seen gaudier than this.
Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't gaudy. This is beautiful. There are the remains of rugs. There are wall hangings, tapestries, carved tables, couches, what we call chaise lounge, things like that. It's very, very beautiful, very, very comfortable. Clearly, lordly. As Rosalie, as you step there, you see clustered here. There are 5 statues, just like there were in the hall beyond.
I will just point at them and comment that there's the same.
These, the one statue that you see first, the reason you see it first is because the first one is a very large, extremely powerfully built dwarf in this quite elaborate Lord Guard, heavy full plate mail, and he's holding a halberd in his hands, and behind him are what appear to be servants, dwarfs, servant dwarfs, servants, and they are all cowering in the background.
Danny, can you bring your mic round to your face a little bit more, sweetheart? Sorry. There we go.
I'm
We can hear
feeling
you.
into it. Sorry. Would I recognize this through any of the stuff that I've read on
The only thing,
various bits of
the halberd that the dwarf holds bears on the haft, because even though it's a pole arm, there are sections which are best to hold. A touch above, which is designed to be held by the left hand, you see the Phandelver pact mark rune engraved onto this weapon, and the head of the halberd is also heavily engraved.
Okay.
What?
Did the engravings look meaningful on
No.
the
There are
top, or just are they
lot of
pretty-
very decorative, but it is plainly a well-enchanted weapon. What was?
You found?
The symbol, it's the same as the pact symbol. It's a pact weapon, but
Be quite useful, but I don't really want to take it from the grasp.
Does it come free of his grasp?
That's what I mean. And if it does, what would happen?
In order to remove this weapon from the grasp of this dwarf, you'd have to smash his hands.
Well, let's not.
I'm not prepared to.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Smashing the skull of a drow open? Yeah, that's sound. Breaking the hands of a dwarf? Nah.
I did no such thing.
I didn't either. I don't know what you're on about.
Are you one in that halberd?
Well, it's not of any use to me technically, but it has the pact symbol on it, and I'm intrigued
useful.
somewhat.
Would I have heard of
I take
people coming back from petrification?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a complicated magic to do, and it is beyond you, beyond any of you, to undo the petrification. But curiously, these don't. Now you're taking a moment to think about it. They don't really hold a great deal in common with descriptions of the petrified that you've heard before. They usually refer to people being turned into coarse limestone or similar. Coarse, the features become more rough approximations of what they were as people. These creatures are more like flawlessly shaped marble. It is as if to the same kind of degree that if you've ever you see the old the Renaissance stoneworks. It's a sort of thing the most skilled dwarven dwarven artists would have done with magic to literally shape the stone. But they are utterly lifelike. Sorry, Rosalie.
No, can I just touch the weapon? I just want to see if it does anything. Can I touch the symbol?
There is a faint resonance. You feel because you're not you in a curiously disconnected way. You suddenly become very aware of the sword in your bag. It's like you touch this, but it's like you're touching the sword.
Okay.
Want me to think?
Well, it seems wrong to do that. Can I touch the dwarf that's if I feel anything, just stone, yeah, I'm just gonna touch his face. See if I'm getting any vibes.
He's a very handsome dwarf. Appears to be in his middle 1st century, so he's a mature dwarf, but he's big. He makes Ragnar look short and skinny. He's got muscles on his spit. He's wearing the largest only Coverhain would know it. He's wearing what is called mountain plate.
Oh shit! Okay.
It is a kind of
like that reaction.
Yeah, shit! It is a kind of like a double full plate. So it is leather.
As fuck.
Then an enchanted suit of full chainmail, and then a layer of full plate layered over the top of that, all enchanted to act as one suit of armor.
Oh, he's built and barded like a dwarven mountain goat.
Yeah. He is covered in runes. The expression on his face, however, is one of heartbreak.
Well, Karen, we're not going to smash his hand just yet.
Yeah.
There may be
maybe
that we can bring these people back. However, if we can spare 10 or 11 minutes, I could try and identify the weapon. That's a big ask, no? To stop our search.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'll just I can having a little look around.
Although it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere either, so we could come back to it later.
No, it's not. Can I just take the sword out of my bag and I just want to doing
as you take the sword out, it just immediately kind of uncomfortably illuminates the space. You don't realise how adapted your eyes have become to the almost dark that is this space. And for what you feel is a tiny moment, you almost see a shimmer of light across a couple of the rooms on this halberd. And then it just returns.
Interesting.
All right, executive decision. Take out the long sword. I take out my long sword and I smash his hand with the hilt.
Are you just doing that?
It seems important, and everyone is fascinated with it, and we need to keep moving. So I'm just making an executive decision. I'm making a decision.
I'm going to try and
we
stuff out in the way of his sword as he does it.
You're putting what, sorry, in the way?
I'm going to try and put the staff out in the way of his sword as he tries to do it.
Make an attack roll, then, please, Corvus, and a intelligence or dexterity save. Corvus, Curvain.
22.
No, 15.
As you dart out, you try to intervene, and instead of getting quite where you want it, the sword hilt instead smashes your wrist, and then you bang on, and you feel what is quite possibly a bone break in your wrist.
Okay.
Extremely painful to the degree that it's in the order of.
For fuck's sake! Why'd you get in the way?
Roll damage.
Why did I get in the way of you trying to smash the hand of clearly a very important guard of this place?
He's dead. He's dead, and this halberd looks like it's important. You were all fascinated by it. We're trying to find something magical. That's a magical thing. It seemed, but you were just talking about taking it with us.
If he would let
How much, sorry?
10 damage.
So take 5 because you're not. It's not like you.
Yeah, not like a cleave.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to chop his arm off.
Corvain.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do with that, mate, and I just try and see if I can. Just like.
I'll fuck off Baron. I push him out the way and I use 5 of my lay on hands.
You feel the bone snap back into place, quite unpleasantly, but relievingly. And you feel tremendous relief.
Oh,
sorry.
We're in a rush, but I don't think we have to make brash decisions like that.
I don't know that we're in a rush, but it seems like it's important. Is it not?
If we'll come back, let's just. He was a person. He might still be a person. I can't be smashing hands.
We could bring him back.
I just look at Rosalie because I know how she's like, and I'm just.
No, but we could bring them back. They're not dead. They're dormant.
I'm just going to put myself between Corvus and the statue, which is.
Stop hurting the sticky dwarf, man.
Yes, leave him alone.
I'm going to step back.
Right. That could be Rosalie's future husband, so don't fuck him up.
I threw it your way, but
He can see the light.
Oh wow, that's.
I push Farron over.
I'm not even there, so you can't do.
Did you say that out loud? Did you say that out
What?
loud?
That I'm moving back.
He moved away. Yeah.
Light.
I'm.
That you can see.
Oh no.
No, this light, my light.
That light.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
You big bully.
No, cool.
Am I going to get into a fight with a half orc? I don't want to.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
If he's mouthing. I thought you were mouthing off at him, so I thought it was Farron.
Oh no, he put his light on because he got a new light.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Yes. So
should we move on? No, I'm just like.
So,
leaving
just
alone.
for clarification, this here, and you can only imagine that this here is the same thing. It's kind of like an alcove. It's like a little storage area. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that would normally be covered over by sort of like a hanging curtain. It's where they keep the emergency chairs if they have guests around.
So the servants behind them, are they cowering and the guys like protecting them, like standing guard? Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
now that you take a look, it's actually what look like two traditional sort of dwarf high servants, and they actually have their arms around a couple of dwarf children.
Just peek through this door.
Oh, hang on, I'll bring my map back up. Can't wait to get my other screen back on. Which door? Sorry, Grenza? Oh yes.
I have just wandered off, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with Corbahane.
You open that door, and this is a much larger room than the one you've left. Nearly 3 times the size, and it's like kind of like an audience chamber. It's like a multi-purpose room. It is almost entirely empty.
Almost entirely. Can I?
It's mostly
Have a
just
look at
sort
that?
of rotted cloth, tapestries on the wall. There's no sort of permanent, solid furniture in here.
You know when
Door to the east and door to the south.
because I don't want to split up. Could I just do quick? Is there any more of the other statues on the other side, or is it just on this side?
Are you going around?
Yeah, I'm just to like do it quickly so we don't split up because I don't want to
Okay.
like split up in this place.
You go around the other side, and there is an almost identical guy on the other side. This fellow, however, they are curiously similar. They look really, really alike. Like almost as similar as how Coverhane is kind of like to the degree to which you and your brother were alike. If they're not twins, then they are weirdly alike. But this guy has in one hand a mace, and the other he bears a shield.
Now
They-
let's crack his hands. I
They
want
give-
that mace.
Any clues of being enchanted as well, or just mundane?
Again, mountain plate, everything's enchanted, everything he bears. There isn't there isn't the obvious pact symbol. However, the shield is emblazoned with the full Phandelver crest, which is extremely similar to the pact crest. Well, the pact symbol is part of the crest, I should say.
It was
That looks-
incredibly rare to see identical twins before the Thunder Blessing.
Yeah, they do look really alike, but that shield's quite cool.
No, Farron, they look really alike. It's like they're the same, but they are so similar.
Okay, got you. I'm just fascinated by the shield.
Like you will have met identical twin dwarfs before, and everyone
No, yeah,
that they used to be really rare, but now they're fairly common.
yeah.
You now get more dwarf twins than any other species has twins.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
No, sorry, that's not correct. You now get more identical twin dwarfs,
Yeah, than any other.
normal twins in any other species.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, add that to the knowledge.
But that's only happened
In the last
Since this
60,
spell.
70 years.
Oh,
um,
So, Covain, you go past a staircase going down. Well, you go past a staircase.
yeah, they're both sides going down.
Well, there's stairs. They go up and down.
Oh,
You can go up or down.
okay.
I'm just going to put my head back through the door and just say, I have found more chambers this away.
More?
I need to go and investigate.
well, and then
Uh,
let's have a look.
Yeah, let's not split up.
Don't split the party.
It's difficult for maps.
It is really difficult for Matt. It makes Tom cry.
So we're going to do that again.
Corenza, you're saying let's go this way. Which way are you going? Left, right, or down?
Down, please.
Okay, you open the door. And that reveals another room, symmetrical to the one you came through before, matching the symmetry, with a door on the left. As a door on the west, shall we say, which leads into the previous room.
No door on the far side.
It's a wall. There are no obvious doors.
Hey, has anyone checked the door on our right?
No, not yet.
On our... Could I just push it open a little bit and see what's inside? Because
these doors are more grand. Okay. These doors are actual oak doors banded with steel, enchanted steel, but they have mithril studs in them. They're very pretty.
Very fancy. So, Kaz, do you want to investigate that room? Yeah.
Can I investigate the little room, please?
Yeah, push it. Go on in. You can all investigate any room you go to be fair.
I see Corvus coming up next to me. I am stepping away because I do not want to be next to him.
He's a grumpy grump. He's a grumpy grump.
Yeah, I'm not standing next to him.
It's only a 15.
Okay. It's a room. It's a room that's very similar to the one you're currently in. You were in before. Only it doesn't have it doesn't have the same number of doors as the symmetrical other side one.
Okay, I'm bored in that room. I want to go through this one.
Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about this.
And if I'm little gaps, I just put myself in.
Probably put yourself in the black as well.
I'm eager.
Prince is like, yay, magic, 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 magic.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and what?
Things.
Oh, team.
Stuff and things.
I just didn't catch what you said. That's all. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm just resizing something because it didn't fucking work. Who's looking forward to the expo?
Yeah. Definitely. I've never been to a games expo before, so I'm quite looking forward to it.
Take a decent deodorant with you. You sweat like a fucking animal at them.
Yep.
Like an animal anyway, so.
Do I also need to bring extra for people that can around me? Like,
I have
strangers,
seen.
Spray them.
if I don't like-
I have seen people.
She actually will.
I have legitimately seen people going around spraying smelly people at expo at like less at expos back in the day.
That's
It would
hilarious.
be me. That would
It's
be me.
rather rude, but hilarious.
But I can't help it. Whenever we go to Forbidden Planet, all I want to do is spray people in the face with deodorant. Especially in the comic book area, because it always just smells of sweat and it just disgusts me.
Smells of sweat and hentai.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sticky pages.
Oh,
Jordan, no.
Thank you for doing that.
Too
Jordan.
young.
No problem.
Thank you for lowering the tone.
It's all good.
You're too young.
It's all good.
You're too young.
I can't see. There was me feeling a bit.
You
sad about
cannot
Saturday
say
because of
anything.
the-
Yeah, you cannot say nothing.
Okay.
I can tell what I can put in my mouth. I wonder who that was.
So, right, sorry guys, what's going on where you are?
I've just opened that door.
Okay, you walk through into a small, like a waiting chamber. It's only about 10 by 12 feet. Dinky little one, and there is, because I've not revealed it, another door. Oh, fuck you, that's hide. Reveal the room, you stupid fucking program. There you go. There's another door, directly ahead of you. The same amount of fancy as the previous one.
I'm going to open this door, but I'm actually going to do it very hesitantly. Just
Okay.
like very carefully open. So I feel like I'm in a cupboard.
This reveals another large octagonal chamber. This time, the room is full of. Sorry. Thing. A large octagonal room. Sorry. This one is. There are lots of people in there. At least 20, 30 people in the space on this 5-stepped dais. There is what appears to be a much older dwarf woman stood in the middle, and she has her arms around two younger dwarfs, one male, one female. They are adults, but only just about the same age as your brother and sister, Cobain. In their early to mid 40s.
Cobain, are you okay seeing all of this? Are you okay?
Well, it isn't pleasant, but I'll be okay.
Rosalie?
Same.
If you need to take
There's
a
so
break
many
from it,
now.
I understand.
Yeah, you've seen a great many of these marble forms.
I just don't know how to help them. There must be something.
If we can find a way, we will.
What did you say was on this raised bit?
It's a dais. There are chairs on there, and it seems to be like a family, kind of like a family dining room. And there is this would be a high table. Some dwarf families in just amongst themselves don't necessarily always use tables. Sometimes they like to just sit around and sit on cushions and be a bit more communal. The dais only raises about 3 or 4 inches off the ground. It's very, very subtle. It's a much more intimate dining room that they would use for friends and entertaining close friends and balls and things like that, when it is more intimate than in the Grand Hall. Again, a very beautiful space.
In here, can we see any additional doors or anything leading out of it?
No. Not where you are. No, not certainly not. Just you've barely entered. To be fair, you're just, apart from Cobain, who's at the dais.
I'll have a proper look around this time to even search for anything more.
Are you going to have investigate?
Yeah.
Go on.
Coverhain.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Thank you, boy.
Can I help him?
Oh shit!
In this case, it would just be you individually roll.
Okay.
Oh shit! He's coming.
Not. Guidance.
D4.
Oh, and just a 1. So that's only a 13.
Nope. It's a very beautiful space.
inside, not dice.
Did you find anything, Culverhane?
No, I can't
I-
see anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I rolled a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 was that?
Investigation. Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah, so it's just one more.
Nothing.
Yeah. Where's range round?
Are there any other doors out of this room other than the one that we came through?
No, it appears to be an in and out, just a one entrance room. It's a really tidy, entertaining chamber.
I'm just going to walk out then.
I'm just gonna just look around and just walk out.
Shall we go back to the stairs where we came down, or shall we?
There's more rooms down.
Yeah, the
back-
stairs go down again. Then there is the rooms to your left. They have stairs going down as well.
Okay.
Could I if that guard with the packed weapon is standing by the stairs, perhaps there's something downstairs to protect.
No, he's not standing at the stairs. He's standing.
Yeah, he's
He's
protecting
here,
the
not
servants.
Okay, but in fact,
Yeah, he's protecting the servants with the kids.
These alcoves here were almost certainly carved to have a certain symmetry to whatever chambers are downstairs.
yeah.
And to be fair, you would have seen as the stairs go down here, they split left and right. So obviously you can't have stairs cross in the middle. So they go down to a midpoint landing here, and then they go down further to here and to here. So basically, below this, there would probably be a landing into whatever chamber is below this. If that makes sense in my awkward description. But that just stands to reason in terms of the geometry of the room.
Krenz is right. We're here. We'll check it out.
We might as well with this side, then we can continue from the other side.
Okay. If you hang fire. Stop moving, please. Stop moving. It makes it really hard for me to move you all. You fuckers.
You're really sadistic.
I wanted to just go.
You cunt. Back, you fuckers.
Myself.
I smell lightning bolts on the horizon.
Someone.
I stayed still.
I didn't do nothing.
Where the fuck have you actually
It was
gone?
all me, just dobbing you in.
Where have you gone?
Don't care.
You moved us, didn't you?
Are they under someone? They're there.
I got picked up by God and I got moved like a baby.
We're all there, aren't we?
No, I can only see three of you.
Rosalie
Right,
moved.
With the others. I didn't find it. Did you dob me in? I'm letting
There we go. Right, thank you. I'll fucking deck your blood. Right.
You're rude.
Yes.
Okay. You emerge
That was good.
on and landing. There. That's reasonably accurate enough. Yes, you emerge onto a landing, and there are doors here, 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 and here.
Where?
It's not. It's not showed up for us.
We haven't
Oh
moved.
shit! You've not moved. That's not very good. Oh, well done.
Oh.
Aha.
Oh my God, Tom! Jesus Christ! You
Wow.
so big.
There are four doors. So basically, there's the landing, then the stairs go down, and there are two bottom level landings.
I will poke my head through the one I'm closest to.
Right.
Top right.
It reveals a substantial bedchamber, really, really well appointed. Corvus, which one, Corvus? Pick one.
Sorry, Kaz was playing silly on us.
Okay, that one is that appears to be the bedroom of a dwarf child. Tiny little bed. Lots of toys. Really, really messy. And in the corner there is a tiny little armoire with a tiny practice sword in it, less than a foot long.
An armoire. It's like a cupboard thing.
It's like a cupboard for weapons.
Got you. Cool.
Can I take the practice sword, please?
Yes, it would.
Cool.
So it's literally this long, like not to scale. It's this long.
Fine. It's not for me.
Oh, I wonder who it's for.
So up.
It's for Thor.
Really think I'm going to be giving you?
No, you're
presents?
probably going to whack me with it. What I thought.
This appears to be the bedchamber of an older dwarf child. There's a huge wardrobe taking up most of the western wall, the western side of the room. It's a vast walk-in sort of closet space. It's like was panelled off, but the panelling has since decayed away. There are enormous quantities of silks that have decayed over time in there. And the rest of the space is pretty much devoted to an enormous bed. And the toilet, the water closet part of the area is huge as well, much larger than in the little kiddies section.
Yeah, I'm going to look into this room.
Like a dream teenage girl's bedroom. Farron, this is the bedroom of. It's much more somber, much more spare. It has a normal single dwarf-sized bed, quite plainly decorated, plain but wealthy, like not ostentatious at all. And there's not really a lot of anything to it. Really, it's just simple but beautiful. And the bottom right room appears to be what stands to reason as the Lord's bedchamber. It has an enormous bed. It's all really, really well appointed. There is an arming bust onto which armor is placed temporarily. That is currently holding what appears to be ceremonial dress armor, the sort of thing that you would wear when you're not expecting to actually fight, because there's a lot of brass and a lot of decoration that no actual dwarf lord would wear to battle. They tend to wear very plain, extremely functional stuff. There's an armoire there. There's a large dressing table. It's by far the most well appointed of the rooms. It's really quite beautiful.
I shan't disturb.
Copenhagen and Carenza, do perception checks for me.
No, that's not good.
Nope, my mind is elsewhere.
21.
You notice, as you poke your head in the door, there is the faint outline of a door here. Like, you literally catch it out the corner of your vision. And it is the faintest of faint outlines of a door. Or a roughly door-sized space. 4 and a bit feet tall, only about 2 and a bit feet wide.
I think there's a door in this chamber, guys.
Yeah, you went through it.
No, I'm coming back out.
Where?
That was tricky.
Oh, she did. Right in the corner. And I'm literally going to go straight to it. and
Even entering the room, they cannot see what you're pointing at. Covehane, you spot it. It's like, it's so well done. That is the archetypal sort of the emergency door that you're surprised you've not seen one of.
But I'm in bad. I didn't notice that.
It is, but this is so well disguised. Because of course but then again, you've never been in sort of like a High Lord's place before.
This is true.
It is so well hidden. Like even now that she's pointed it out, it's like really hard to see. You look away and you have to look at it again, and then there it is.
My family have one of these at their house, but it isn't made this well.
Got a wall.
Well, there's plenty of walls there as well. They are made very well.
Rosalie, make a perception check.
I have a look as well.
I don't see what we're looking at.
No, you have no idea what he's talking about.
Staring at a wall.
I don't know.
Can I make a look as well? See if I can see
Can
it.
Yeah, what's your perception test, Farron?
Let me see what I get.
So if I could use my stone.
Oh, 18.
Just like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's nothing there.
Yeah, I still see nothing. I can't even see the wall.
can I?
I'm looking the wrong way.
Can I use the stoneworking proficiency to try and find the button, the catch to
Yeah,
get it?
make an investigation for me at advantage because you have the tool.
That's better, right? Plus 3, 18, dirty 20.
There is a thin strip of alchemically treated lead, and you just run your finger down it, and the door just goes in an inch, swings open
Oh wow.
into a pitch black space.
Told you there was a door here.
How did
Oh.
you see that?
Open it.
Like literally, even as it opens, like the rest of you who aren't elf or dwarf cannot quite get your head around how it's there because it wasn't there. It's like it actually wasn't there. It was so well hidden.
Well done, correct. That was very well spotted.
I'm impressed.
Not quite sure how I did, but
Yeah, well done.
I'll swing the
thanks for
staff. I'll just bring the staff around the doorway with the light spell on the end.
Okay. There's a staircase going up and a staircase going down.
Well,
The staircase
see?
going down descends for as far as you can see. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
The one down, did you say?
Yeah, like you could, like for instance, yeah, you're both like Carenza, Covehane, your dark visions being most suited to this place. Like even with the light stretching out into your dark vision, taking a second to focus, you just can't see the bottom. You can't necessarily. There's not specifically an end to the corridor heading up, but it stands to reason that. Well, that you know, there is an up. it will go somewhere going up.
so these are the Royals' escape passageways, but it would be interesting to see where they would come out. I don't know if it would be helpful for us right now, but what do you think?
It would be odd for them to come out at
The
before
air in here is
we're looking
stale in
for.
the extreme.
Can you hear anything?
Dwarves like it underground. Let's go down. No offense, Covehane.
I do quite like it underground as well. To be fair.
Here it's lovely.
Can I hear anything? Up or down?
Nothing, not a sausage.
God damn it! Not
it is-
sausage.
It is, in fact, as even more deafeningly silent than the rest of the place has been.
I recast light on a crossbow bolt.
Mhm.
Fire it down the staircase. See how far it goes.
It flies until you can no longer make out the light.
Oh my, that's deep. Okay.
I don't particularly fancy going that far down. But...
I don't think I've ever
Goes
been this
and goes.
down underground.
Oh, actually, after it flies for several seconds, there is a landing, and then it carries on past the landing, continuing to descend until you just can't see it anymore.
I'll try it once more in the upwards direction.
It flies about 30, 40 feet up, and then it does come to an end, come to a stop. It clatters, and you lose sight of it as it either lands on a step or a landing or something like that.
Well, that's close. So we could take a look at that. We could even still turn around from there pretty quickly.
Sounds good.
Do that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Going up?
Did you want to lead and I'll follow?
Get a light back on the staff and make my way up.
I'm literally just going to keep a
Mm.
bow actually. Me as well. Yeah, of course.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh,
Who's going first?
I'm first with the light spell going.
Oh, you better.
I'm very prepped right now, as if pointing over his shoulder just in case.
I'm not sure that's how a bow works.
It is definitely how a bow works. It goes pew.
Corenza is a bow user.
I am.
Proper one.
I'm a longbow user.
You actually are a longbow user.
I am.
Taught how to do it and everything.
I made my own bow and everything.
That's
Okay, give me a second, guys.
And then Silva, he's
He has used a crossbow, certainly.
yeah. let's just leave that at that.
I found a use for
He's
mine.
currently
It's a
Yours,
flag.
yours, yeah. Okay.
First time you used that, hadn't you?
Yep.
It's actually, yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you emerge on a landing.
Oh dear.
Oh, very dark land.
Oh, I need to zoom out to find it.
It's a big fucking space.
Where the fuck?
Oh, there we are. We're
Oh,
at the bottom.
A long corridor with a door.
Oh, Jesus
a
Christ.
branch on the left and two branches on the left. Just hugely spaced.
All of us.
all right. I'll go up to and carefully peek around the corner. I'll attempt to stealth. How's that?
Oof.
Yeah.
Saucy.
First row, isn't it?
Calm down, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I am.
Yeah, you might.
Are you just trying to have an in-game reason to multi-class into any class?
Anything at all. Well, since our rogue has the shits,
Again.
and I am.
It's a very sensitive bowel, that lad.
I'm distinctly mediocre at stealthing, but let's have a look. That's a 21.
Yeah, you're surprised by how little sound your feet make. There's a corridor 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to the north. You have pretty unerring direction.
And you are literally doing better than our actual rogue.
Yeah.
How many classes are there? I'll take one level in everything and just that's my
11.
class.
At least if we took Silver with us, he could have left a trail so we know where we went.
Well then,
Yeah,
I'll
we could-
serve that.
Okay,
I got that.
this side there is distinctly the not hidden side of a hidden door.
Oh,
So on the opposite side of this door, there is a hidden door.
yes. Can it be opened from this outward direction?
It absolutely can.
All right. give it a little.
It exposes to a 15-foot square room. Kind of like a transitionary room, transitionary space. There's a door to the left and a door to the west and door to the north.
This looks familiar. Let's have a nose around this way to the west.
5 minutes.
This reveals a beautiful 4-linked octagonal living space.
Oh, look at that. They do like their symmetry, don't they? Right.
Jesus Christ, it feels like
And
we're
then-
going in circles.
And here there happens to be a dwarf holding a halberd who's guarding the bunch of.
Try and smash his hand.
Oh, there.
You know,
When you realise that you have returned to the space where you all missed making perception checks before, because that space is this space.
Happy to find all these hidden spaces now.
I just felt like I really needed to hide the rest of the space for you.
So unnecessary. Right.
Oh,
Let's go.
Neil, it's properly fucking necessary. You know it is.
I thought this was a complete new level as well.
Yeah, you did.
For fuck's sake.
We just went in a massive circle.
now that we've gone in a massive circle, can we head up, down?
Why don't
Let's go do this.
Why don't we go back down those stairs? You don't put a giant fucking stairway in a secret passage for no reason.
But it just
It's
seems odd
true.
that it would lead to a forge. Wouldn't it lead out of, like, to get
Secret
out?
passage to escape.
That's what it. To me, it seems
Well,
like that's what
we're
it is.
while we're
I
here,
don't
we can always
know
check.
experience with it.
While you discuss,
Well,
would anybody like a quick wee break? Because it's 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Well, where have people gone again?
Back up to the big octagon.
The-
Overhang,
Oh,
Corvus,
that
and
one.
Corvus.
Right, okay.
Right. Can I very quickly have a look around the corner at the top of the chamber?
Yep. This appears to be a kind of a state room, a state greeting room, where official business and sort of where you'd serve the canapes and dessert wine. It's like an introductory business chamber where you do the ceremonial handing over of business cards.
Not to waste any time, can I investigate to see if there's anything worth pocketing?
There's so much of old dwarf stuff that is from centuries before you were born. It's entirely possible. But it'd take you a while. Like, it'd take you a while to dig through things. This door leads through into, obviously, where you can see, and there's a door here.
I take any barricades off the doors.
Yep. Sensible.
And quickly, if there's nothing immediately apparent that I'm
Nothing
gonna...
immediate. It's a kind of dense, and it's a very, very full room. There's loads of shit in there. Literally piled stuff. Yeah. This
the door at the top. Have a little look.
another room. This room appears to be kind of like a seneschal's room, where official guests who aren't sort of to be wined and dined are bought. It's kind of like a small dining chamber come business space. This is kind of the door to the north is as far as non-trusted business people would reach. This is pretty much the extent of it.
My feet are going to start getting sore with all this walking. Like, we have travelled, but I don't feel like we have travelled this much in a small place.
You've probably walked about half a mile around this place so far.
Well, this is just
Really
reception
boring.
rooms. Just reception
Half the
rooms
half.
for diplomats and all this. So there's one more door in the other room we can have a look at, or should we just go down the stairs now?
Well,
Let's
we're
check the
here.
door.
We might
Did somebody say they're checking this door?
While we're here,
yes. Might as well.
This is the administrative center of what would probably be the administrative center of Phandelver. Rows of tables, rows of desks. What would probably be home to accountants and all similar sorts of things. But it is also so it is the kind of the business heart, but it is also the stuff that takes you into anything that is secret. It is where this side, so the southern side is family and intimacy. This side is business, but it's not just business. This is where also dwarf holds would keep their for lack of a better word, secrets. It's what they don't necessarily, what is important, but they don't want the world to see. That is why the door that you just come through, the door to the south, if you're in this space, is a big, heavy bonded iron door, and there are runes on it, etc., but they're all out.
Could I check to see if there's anything?
You can. You always can. It's one of the advantages of being an elf.
I'm literally going to say this. I saw fuck all. I'm probably staring at my sore feet.
Yeah, you realise you've got it takes you a moment to notice, but there's a tiny blister starting on your right little toe.
Are these little stairwells on the side?
To the east and west of this room, there are stairs descending down to a tiny landing, and then stairs going down into the room. I've not done the best job of illustrating how they look. I apologise.
That's it. Kind of feels like it tucks underneath this chamber.
Yeah, they go down these stairs.
Could I have a little check to see if there's anything of importance? Just like a quick little look.
There's nothing you could, again, as with the other room, there's nothing that you could look at quickly.
Yeah.
That could.
You'll have to look through it. You'll have to look through everything.
There definitely is. There absolutely is extremely valuable stuff here, but none of it is deliberately obvious.
Now, I know we want to move on, but it looks like we might actually find something useful in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to start rooting around a bit, and I will actually try and do me and investigate around the area.
Coverhain.
Yes?
Guidance.
Tom. You crease me up, Alton. You really do.
I got that spell for a reason.
18.
Yeah, so you, on the bits that you can pick out, most of the most recent stuff, which is pretty much all you can make out, it discusses communications with Pact Nations and a place called Nymore's Hold. And a lot of issues that have been had, including the completely collapsed democracy with something called Urth Ukrypt.
Now, I'm guessing I would know these names from my region.
You can make a history check with advantage. So can Riley, and everybody else can make a history check.
I'll have a
go. Is this history?
Yeah.
21.
Yes.
Haha, not one.
15.
What is paper?
What did you say?
Okay, to be fair, Coverhain got enough regardless. Did anybody get more than Coverhain?
21.
Yeah, 21. So, Urth Ukrypt was the name of an incredibly powerful orc tribe that came to prominence in the late 10th century DR. They are the tribe that destroyed the entire Phandelver's Pact region, brought an end to the Tresendar dynasty, they are the orcs that are lying dead here. And Nymore's Hold is the town that would later become that is now Waterdeep. So the dwarves of this place clearly knew. They clearly knew what was happening in the region, and they have assembled and apparently fought until they could fight no more. And then at some point, something else happened.
Well, they knew that Urthocrypt was coming to attack this place, and they still couldn't prepare well enough, apparently.
So there was, to be fair, with that roll, Karenza, you remember there was an ancient orc, Wund, who went down in history. He prophesied that the Sword's Edge Mountains would be covered in blood-red storm clouds, and that would herald a new beginning for orc kind. That happened just a few short years later, and the clouds rained torrents of blood upon the Sword's Edge Mountains for more than a week. And what apparently like equivalent of tidal waves of blood flowed down the mountains, drowning out many of the smaller holds, literally drowning people in blood. But they also killed they spread pestilence and plague and disease among orcs, which is what stunned people for a while. But the ones that died were the smallest and weakest orcs, but also all of the chieftains and their sons, the entire leadership structure of the lesser orc tribes, all except for one, a mighty orc called Urthocrypt, who was at the time a minor leader of orcs. However, his ascendance to power was very, very rapid after Wund, who was held in high regard, crowned him as the king of the Sword's Edge Mountains. And he gathered all orcs together and went on a rampage with them. And they actually the first victims of their assaults was this small remaining outpost of what was once Great Gauntlet Great Old Delzoom. And they fell. Nobody knows how or why they fell, but they did. The clan was eventually destroyed about nearly 100 years later, as the great-great-great-grandson of Urthocrypt himself was killed and routed out, and orcs have never been strong in these mountains ever since. But in brief, that's that. I don't want to lord dump on you.
The law lounge.
This is Tom from the Law Lounge. You've all been truly wonderful. All hail to Chauntea, the Great Mother. Thank fuck my new microphone.
Now, imagine that in a Welsh accent, and that's what you hear.
And Karenza fills in some gaps.
Yeah.
If I haven't gotten that one either, not these, just like.
Love Wund.
You're just looking at my.
Wund is such an interesting character.
In my game, I had Tom and some of the others fight Wund.
Hey, you fucking what? Really?
Yeah. In that
was Wund.
Yeah.
Oh fuck me, Neil. You never told me that. Oh, that breaks my mind.
You never stop to ask.
You don't stop to ask when you're crushing fucking orcs, do you?
Orc warlock turning people into stone. Love it.
So, yes, you are in this room. There are stairs going down, or you can go back.
So we check upstairs, complete mistake.
It'll be foolish not to have a look now, wouldn't it? Look.
It would be.
You going down?
Yeah.
I'll go down the right side.
Don't you dare come back over here. One.
He's going.
You which side are you going down, guys?
Left.
Left.
Aaron's going first.
Way.
Could you all clump together for me so I can move you as one?
Sorry.
On my hit
Thank
points,
you.
so I'm okay.
Since whoever told me how to move you all at once, I love you. My God,
Hey, that was
how much
great.
easier it makes my life.
One to Danny,
Cheers, Danny.
and then you got really pissed. Like, why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Like that.
What? Like that? Yeah, I sound like that. Why didn't you tell me sooner? What?
Tell me sooner.
Why did you tell me sooner? I used to have a really good singing voice. I used to have a really good range. It makes me sad that I can't do those things anymore.
Tom just turns out to be a musical. He just starts dancing and singing in the background.
Never forget when you come.
Of all the songs.
You arrive in a huge open chamber. This is appears to be another administrative area. However, this is also curiously appears to be a kind of arming room. There are weapons racks, crates. Mostly decayed baskets of perishable goods. Piles of Carenza and Rosalie, could you make me nature or intelligence checks if you don't have nature? And to be fair, Coverhain, you could have as well because of just being you, being a bookworm.
7.
Could I have one with a 17 intelligence?
No, you wouldn't. Neverwinter. You could have one at disadvantage.
Could I add guidance to myself?
Yeah, of course.
Way!
I got 12.
So,
I rolled 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wicked.
Correct.
oh, okay.
My dice
That is quite good. So, yep. Oh, fucking hell. 24.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
More than 19 and 18.
in the center of this room, there is a small almost flawlessly circular depression. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'll see if there's a better way for me to illustrate. All right. Yeah. There's an almost flawless depression in the center of this room, and in the center of this circle, there are stacked, very neat, very smooth, tidy stacks of now extremely dry wood. Some very short, very quite thick. Thick trunks, all the way down to some sort of 6 foot long, very slim spars. And with that kind of nature intelligence checks, they appear to be magically grown wood, the kind of wood that is used in enchanting wooden weapons.
Oh.
Or they have many thousands of uses, but that is probably what dwarves would want to do with them.
I'm going to relay this information to everyone else.
But the nature of this circle in the middle of the room is a bit. It's weird. It is weird to all of you. Carenza,
In what
your
way?
experience of living with wood elves. This is how wood elves make their living. They sing to trees to make them grow in magically powerful ways, and then when it's time to harvest those trees, it produces incredible wood.
Okay. Again, I'm going to let everyone know about my time with the wood elves, and that's what they would do. The wood that's there,
Mm-hmm.
is there any longer?
Any what? Sorry.
Any like large bits of wood there?
Like thick or long or
Long.
the longest ones. What are you thinking?
If I may take to use to make a bow from.
There's basically the trunk of a yew tree. Yew is what you used to make bows. However, this wood has been here hundreds of years. You're not sure, but dwarves don't make bows out of wood. Dwarves make bows out of metal. That's why dwarves make such short bows that are nearly as powerful as elf bows. You could take a piece or a couple of pieces, and it's something that you might be able to work with given time. And it would be staggeringly easy to enchant.
Is there any quarterstaff size ones or no?
Yep. A quarterstaff is just a long hand, like grip length. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the nicest looking one.
Yeah. It's beautiful wood. Dead straight.
Oh, hey, got a new quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
Not just yet.
would you need to take the U? Because he said it was a trunk.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so if that's how bows are basically made. You have heartwood and sapwood. The interior of the wood resists compression, and that's what causes a bow to spring back. The interior of the wood, so basically the interior of the trunk is the outside of the bow. So you can split, if you can ever split a yew tree into perfect quarters, you can make 4 long bows out of it. Really cool shit. But yeah, there's from a quick assessment, you reckon 2 of them could be. You're confident with a lot of work. Stuff could be done with 2 of them. Whether you could, you're not so sure about the other 2. It's possible, but you're not exactly you're not a bowyer. You know, you definitely could make it shoot arrows. But there are wood elves that you have known who they have spent 300 years learning how to make bows. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up 2 bits.
Okay.
If I can.
They are dizzyingly light. They are perfect. They are beautiful.
Perfect. And yes, that's what I'm gonna do for the second.
I'm just feeling like the weight off the staff real quick, just like testing it.
Yeah, you've got it's hazel, which is already a pretty light wood, but this is just incredibly old. If you don't want it to break, it will need enchanting. It's extremely old wood, but then again, like I say, it was grown by elves intentionally to have certain properties, and those properties tend to be for better and easier enchanting.
Come in handy.
Quite possible. A significant proportion of the wood there is actually cordwood, so it's cut as if for burning, which is weird because dwarves don't burn stuff to make heat. They use magic to make heat.
They're already hot enough.
You winking at Cobra.
as he's holding his rod.
Right.
With rod in hand.
No, as I'm holding this nice long shaft of wood.
Well, let's-
Ew, no.
I'm.
You're not allowed to say that word. No. Bad Farron.
Bad
This
baby.
runs a clock Farron.
I'm not saying this in.
Bad
I'm
child.
not saying this in.
No.
Farron wouldn't say
No,
this.
Ben.
I
I'm saying
think
this to
Farron
both
would. I
Farron
think
and
Farron's a dirty fuck underneath it all.
he's two-faced. He's got a bit of a. He's a dark horse.
Right. Okay. So do what do?
What's this in front of me? Is that a door?
Mm-hmm.
Can I open it?
Nope.
Please.
What is it? Is it barred? Does it look like it's got a lock on it?
There is a lock on it, but it's not locked. There is as you rattle it, it's as if there is a like it's barred from the other side, perhaps.
Oh, not again. Okay.
Would I be able to maybe make a strength check to see if I can pull it open? Like just yank it?
You can make a strength check, yes.
I don't know if I want to touch
You
him.
always can roll the dice.
I don't know if I want to touch him to give him guidance, so I'm not going to.
22.
He didn't need it. I don't think.
22. You
still
walk
don't.
back. You literally just give it everything. You and it almost the door frame just almost rings, and it's just like it just hurts. Like almost any door you've ever tried to open would just smash apart with the force you put into that. But this is just it's just not happening.
Do these stairs still lead down? Can we still go down from here?
They-
No. No,
They
this
didn't
is,
lead
this
back
is
up.
just down. They go back up.
Okay.
I think this door is locked.
Well, we might meet if we go down the other way then.
Come on,
Back-
Rosalie, you have a crack at the door.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Back up to the
So you're
stairwell.
telling me we've got to do stairs again? I
More
swear to God, with all these
stairs.
stairs.
Do you say you're going back up? Yeah.
We are done. As soon as we are done with this place, someone owes me a foot rub. I'm sore.
So you're back
So
to
glad you
that.
didn't say my mum then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I was waiting for it. Like, oh, Farron's mum could give you one.
No, she's gonna be too
I-
busy.
Ha
with
ha
it.
ha 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 ha.
It's too far away. I offered swapsies. That's what I.
Pardon?
she did offer swap.
I offered swapsies.
Do you know, I'm actually up for this right now. I don't care. My feet are sore. I need foot rubs. We could literally lay on a sofa with wine, just rubbing each other's feet right now. I'd be well up for this.
I
Sounds like
watch.
a good life, shall we say.
We're rubbing feet.
All you need to do is find a sofa, find a couch.
There was some upstairs.
Let's go look. We're
No, my love.
busy.
Two of you fuck off to find a couch and rub each other's feet.
Yeah, we're going rest.
There's a load of beds upstairs. You could just sit on one of those and just.
No, they're mouldy.
Tatiana's coming back.
There's some
There we
fucking,
go.
there's some dusty beds, guys. Gotta be said.
I'm not about dusting my.
This goes down, doesn't it?
Hang on. Oh,
Or
yeah, hang on. Sorry, guys. Can we just do a thing?
Like, it was
Oh, we will move.
Rosalie, Baron, you coming?
Not for foot rubs.
I am.
Child.
Do it.
To be
Sorry, I
fair,
was.
Farron's clearly never been to an expo and been footsore.
I'll rub
Kill
Ko
for a
back.
foot. You'd kill for a foot rub after an expo.
On
Oh.
London was a lot of walking, so
You don't
We had
call
to
me
do
sir.
a traveller.
sorry, sir.
Every time my students call me sir.
Still used to be in school, isn't he?
no, I call my teacher because his name's just Gaz, or sometimes Gaffer.
Okay,
Oh, Gaffer. Oh, blow.
Yeah, You're alright, Gaffer.
How you doing,
Gaz.
Squire? Yeah.
Or I called him Baldy, or
I get called Mrs. now, and it's still weird to me. Like being called Mrs. Neil. Like no.
You're the missus.
No, that's Johnny's mum's name. What do you want about?
You do that thing where you're like, "How dare you? Did you just call me?" Like,
Oh,
wait, yes,
no.
mhm.
How dare you? Only the finest wines.
that is so bad. That is like much worse than having dirt in my nail. How could you?
Right,
What?
where have you guys gone? Okay, you're back there. Okay, so we're going downstairs.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Thank you,
downstairs.
baby.
Still by himself.
He can fucking stay there.
Here is my account. I've been trying to find it, but this map is too big.
You're
I
back at the
put in
top.
too much work for you, Farron.
Yes, sir.
You aggravating fetus. Right, can you all come back together, please?
Alright.
Can some? Oh, there I am.
Everybody assemble at the
Why
stairs,
you're
please.
dead?
Yep, I'm coming.
Well, I realised when I say that now that there's like 6 sets.
I'm back.
Like,
Right, thank you kindly very much. Right, you go down these stairs.
Can there please be a sofa?
Fat chance.
I'll think that a bit more.
But you said the rooms were opulent. What's an opulent room without a sofa?
Yes.
She said I've got a blister. I'm not happy. I'm going to start moaning.
Oh
more
no.
than I am now.
You emerge on a landing with no doors and stairs going up and down again.
oh, sweet Jesus.
Go for a run.
We'll just go back down. We'll go down again, I think. What do you guys think?
Corvus.
Yeah. Go down.
No,
Go.
is it down or is it up? We'll go down. Whichever way's down.
Johnny, there's stairs. Stairs go up and down.
You'll go down those stairs.
We'll go down.
I don't know why that was funny. Just
You didn't know what was funny. Me explain saying the stairs go up and down.
Depending on your
It
outfit.
shouldn't have been
Okay, you emerge on another landing. Stairs go up. Oh shit, wrong thing. Up and down.
Go figures.
There's a door.
Same
A
thing.
big, huge, 10-foot
We,
wide.
we can't see it.
Oh fuck! I've not moved you
can't
into
see
this
it.
level. Sorry.
we should have just said we can.
Imagine the door.
Oh, finally, a fucking
You
door.
can surely call the final section of the Lost Mines.
What's that?
Tom said final session, I'm sensing nod.
Yeah, you arrive on this landing. Again, there are stairs up and further down, and
Do you guys want to look through the big door or do you want to keep going down?
this is a massive, imposing set of doors. These are huge. These are 25 foot tall, 10 foot wide.
Is it still dim light? I'm guessing.
Yeah, same low level of light.
Okay.
You can still see.
Yep.
You can see by Coverhane's light though, because
Human issues.
I've got the light.
That's
Bring in-
Dead.
Got the light.
Humans are great to play.
You should have torches in your bag.
I know, but it would be a waste. This place is so beautiful.
Oh!
Waste of a piece of wood, that would be.
Exactly.
Only you can't see.
Won't light a torch.
I mean, stop or light a fucking torch. I don't.
Moans about having a tiny blister.
Hey, she's a
Hey,
pampered
this
special
is a-
princess. Leave her alone. Or she'll get her uncles on you.
I'm gonna get Thor to just stick on you.
Yeah, where
I would
is
like to
Thor?
try.
Coverhane,
Hello.
He's with us.
as you approach these doors,
You.
you get close enough to really make things out. At the center of the doors, these are enormous doors. They look like they're silver chased to start with, until you realize that the metal isn't silver, but mithril.
Really nice. Okay.
And as you approach, on the hasp of the door, there is a large emerald.
Well, hello, Duma. Good of you to rear your head. I
Make it share.
put my hand against it and try and give it a shove.
And the doors part, opening on almost supernaturally silent hinges, revealing a long corridor filled with
Massive.
piles of crated and oilskin wrapped equipment. The large 20-foot wide, 25-foot wide room corridor this is, with a staircase descending into the earth at the far end, and another 10-foot wide door in the southern wall.
Well, it looks like we're
Where
getting
do you
somewhere.
wanna
As you step inside, the walls are carved here, carved more deliberately than artistically. And as you take a moment, they tell the story of finding a place of power in the earth, and how men, dwarfs, and gnomes especially came together, and they worked together with their mutual friends, elves, to harness the power of the earth to create beautiful and great things. As your eyes adjust to this diminished level of light, because it's like I say, it's really dark down here. Your eyes adjust, and this door glows very faintly in the dark light, but down at the bottom, from the bottom of the stairs, there is a faint radiance, very faint.
There's your door, people. What do we think?
Get a closer
I
look
think
at.
we should try.
Yeah.
As you start to walk in to this chamber, anyone who takes more than 10 feet, 10, 15 feet from the door, you start to feel a sensation not dissimilar to that which was felt in the Seven Stars Castle, in the monastery, that kind of intense pressure in the mind, which to Rosalie is synonymous with experiencing powerful magic, a bit beyond what you can really understand. And Coverhane, to be fair, because he studied in magic school as well.
Sorry, Rob.
So where are we going now?
I say we try the door.
Do you want me to open it, or do you want to open it?
Taking a closer look at it. Is there any magical glyphs or anything present on it?
A few. They are largely glyphs of craftsmen, glyphs of fortune, glyphs of continuous of endurance, well-wishing that those inside have good fortune, sharp eyes, and that's when you see engraved in the oldest of dwarf glyphs, the Hall of Craftsmen.
So this is the Hall of Craftsmen. Might find some very interesting artifacts in here.
Dining area.
Forge.
Not necessarily the forge, I wouldn't think, but
Oh no, forgers like working areas.
I would have thought that the forges would be further down, but I might be wrong.
I've never been in a dwarven fort. I don't know.
Well, we the stairs. The forge could be that way, then this could be where.
The gear is with the storage.
The longer you stand where you are, the more you detect the intensity of presence is towards the stairs. The pressure emanates from that direction.
I think
Do you
we
want
should
to
head
look in the hall, or do
downstairs.
you want to go straight down?
Do you want to get the stairs over and done with? Because I don't feel like this pressure headache is going to.
Yeah, we're probably going to head back this way anyway, so we can have a look.
Yeah, that's true.
We can always come back this way.
Yeah, it seems interesting.
I love seeing you guys walk along. It's so cool.
I'm sticking with Corfahane.
Right, okay, hung fire. Stop moving. Stop fucking moving. I want to move you.
Really? That.
When you say that, I'm just really tempted to go and just.
Can you smell a lightning storm?
Wait, is that dragon poop coming through?
Oh, there's shit in the breeze.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right, you guys
Smell outside.
a few steps down these stairs, and as you start to descend, there are revealed to you an enormous set, as nearly, more or less as large as the gate, the doors that gate granted you entry to Phandelver.